Alright guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to create a regular vendor. What do I mean by regular vendor? Any other vendor that is not a parcel delivery vendor is a regular vendor. For example, food, grocery, services, pharmacy, stuff like that. So first, uh, if you're looking as the administrator, go to vendors, search for your, sorry, log as a system administrator, go to vendors and click on new, fill in the required information, click on save, and it's created a vendor. So let's quickly do that. I'm going to log in as the administrator. Now you go to vendors and you click on new. Now you enter the name, so let's call it mini market. Let's call it mini market. Now the vendor type you're going to select depending on what vendor type you're trying to create. In my case, I'm going to create a grocery. So I select grocery, then I enter the description. Um, so all kinds. The phone number, I'm just going to select a random phone number. Um, and the email, so I'm just going to select email contact information. So you just see market at mail.com. And the address, yes, domain market. So we have using this domain market. Location has been set for us. Now, currently there's no categories in the system, so whenever the admin creates a category, you can assign them here. Okay. Now, in this section, you have two options. You can either enable the subcategories or disable it. And the subcategories means that when the customer clicks on this particular vendor on the app, um, after the description, they will be shown the categories. Then click on the categories before they will be shown the products. Okay, so I'm just going to pause and show you a screenshot of what I mean or what I'm talking about. All right, guys. So like we're saying, when you have categories, subcategories enabled using this option, you can on the customer app. There's going to be two different screens. So, like you see, this is with no subcategories. So you see the menus will be listed here, and the products in each menu will be listed below. Now, if you have subcategories enabled, instead of the screen, you're going to get this screen where you have the categories shown first. Then, when the customer clicks on, let's say, the meat, for example, now the subcategories underneath and the product will show. So that is the difference between enabling this and disabling that. Okay. So you also have option to set a minimum order amount. Uh, that's the amount minimum and customers can order. So let's say $200. Then the maximum is let's say million thousand or something. That's 100,000. So delivery fee, the base delivery fee is the amount that the calculated delivery fee will be added to make the total delivery fee. So take for example, let's say the delivery fee based on the kilometer or the delivery radius of the customer is $10. That $10 will be added to whatever you set here as the base delivery fee. So you can leave it as empty or set zero or set $10 or set $5, whatever you want to set. And in this place, this is where you set the delivery fee. So we're going to set 10. But we can also enable that the 10 should be charged for every kilometer. So if the customer is ordering the delivery address to the pickup point, that means the vendor address is like 10 kilometer. And that's going to be 10 multiplied by 10 because we are now charging, you have a kilometer enabled. So for every kilometer, we charge 10. So the delivery fee will now be 100. $50 plus the five that we set as the base delivery fee. Um, Delivery radius range. So that's how long or how far from the vendor's location that customer can order items from, and the system will deliver to. So sometimes it's about 50 kilometer, 10 kilometer, 5 kilometer, all depends. So we're setting 10-kilometer radius. Uh, um, this option allows you to allow the customer to place an order, then come pick it up at the premises of the vendor. So you can have this enabled. Also for delivery fee, you can have it enabled. So what this means is that customer can place an order and set a delivery address that the order should be delivered to. Also, this means that when the customer is placing an order, the customer has the ability to enable pickup, meaning that the customer will come and pick up the order from the vendor's premises. Depending on what, if you want to do delivery only, you disable that. If you want to do pickup only, you disable delivery, so it's pickup only. But in our case, we want both to work. And schedule orders means that it allows customers to schedule order, meaning customer can schedule order into the future. Maybe if you are working tomorrow, the customer can schedule an order that to be delivered tomorrow or to be picked up tomorrow. But if you don't want that, you can also disable that. The order auto assignment means that once the order is set, the status of the order is set already, the system will automatically start looking for a nearby driver to assign the order to. If you don't want that, to leave it. If you want it, you can enable it. Now, as the system admin, you want to set system commission, and you want the system to charge the vendor for using your platform. So it could be 10, could be any amount, but it's in percentage. So it has to be 0 to 100. And the tax, depending on what your tax it is in your country, where I am, I think it's around 5%. Please be aware that tax is in percentage. Now you select the logo. I don't have the right logo, so I'm just going to select whatever I can select. Uh, Select this. And for the picture image, select whatever you want to select. So selecting this, save, save. Now vendor is created. So now we have a vendor called Dummy Market with the type of grocery. Okay. Now that is how you basically create a regular vendor. Now the next thing we want to do is how to assign a manager to a vendor. So like I said in previous video, a manager, the difference between a manager and a vendor is just the company or the store or the shop or uh, the company selling on your platform, and the manager is just the person in charge of the vendor. Okay, the manager can be in charge of creating new products for the vendor, um, changing status of orders, or even editing vendor details, stuff like that. Now, you can have multiple managers assigned to a vendor, but you cannot have multiple vendor assigned to one manager. So it's going to be multiple managers for one vendor for one manager. So these are the steps. You log in as administrator, go to vendors, search for the desired vendor, click on the plus sign, search for the manager in the dialog, then click on assign. So this is what the plus we're talking about. It's actually not really plus, it's a human icon with a plus. So you click on that. Now you can see a dialog is shown to you assign managers to the vendor. So in here you can just search for a manager of your choice that you have created before. So how do you create a manager? You create a manager by going to users and click on new, fill in the form. So I'm just going to say manager, manager one, or manager two, whatever name you want to call it. And the email which they will use for logging in. That's the manager two at gmail.com. The phone number. I'm going to put the second phone number. And The password, that will be the login password, so you can set the login password. Then you select the role of a manager. Okay, commission and wallet balance is not required for managers. This is only required for a regular customer or a driver. You click on save. So automatically, now you can see the manager we just created, manager two, the phone number, who created the manager, the wallet, the commission, and the role is assigned to you. So now if we go back to our vendors, and you click on the assign, and you see under managers, you see the list of managers, including the one we just created. Okay, so we're going to assign this manager we just created, manager two, as one of the manager in charge of the domain market vendor. So you click on assign, then manager is automatically assigned. Okay. So now the next step we are going to do is we need to set up the products of the vendor and the option group and everything. So to create products, first you need to log in as the manager of the vendor, not as the administrator as stated here. You need to log in as the manager of the vendor. Go to product, click on the plus sign, fill in the form, click on save. So what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna log out and log in as the manager we just created and assign to that particular. So I think it's a manager two. Come on, the password is actually password. So let's log in. And you see we are logging as a manager. Oh, I think I got the name wrong. But you can name it whatever you want to. So now what do? Is you go to products, click on product, and you see list of options like product menu, option group, and options. So the first one we're trying to create is a product. So you click on products. As you can see, there's no product currently. So you click on the new, and you're shown the dialog where you need to fill the information like the name, the barcode, the image, the description, the price, discount price, capacity unit, the package count, the available quantity, the particular vendor, which is the vendor we are logged in, then the categories. Okay. Then you can also enable or disable if you want the customer to be able to have this product delivered to them. So you can see if product can be delivered to customers. So now we're just going to create a demo product. So we're going to call it oh, um, our milk does not have a barcode. So you just select an um, image. I know this is not milk. The image is not milk image. I'm trying to see. But let's just use this. So we selected our image. Description: sweet drink. Yeah, sweet drink. And the price. So you can set the price. So let's say 12. $12. Actually, when I say $12, I don't actually mean that you have to enter the currency here. The currency is set by the administrator, so you just have to enter the number. Now, for the discount price, if you are discounting the product, you can just set discount to 10, and the system will automatically show to the customer uh, this price will be slashed and this price will be the previous price. Sure. But if you're not offering any discount, you just can just leave it as it is. Now, capacity is just how will I say the size. So, for example, in our milk, let's say we are selling box of milk or milk, let's say a box. So, in our we can say 12, and the unit is dozen. So, this means that the customer is expecting uh, 12, 12 items in a dozen. So, it's all depend on whatever it is. It could be one in a dozen with as a dozen. It could be three, two in one. It all depends on how whatever you're gonna put in. Now this package unit, the package count means the number of item per package. So let's say in our box, in this our two in the box is two inside. So just enter two. You can also leave it empty. And in our case, we have 20 of this box. This is the vendors. Currently, we don't have categories created, but if you have categories created, we can assign the categories to the product. Now, we also want it to be for customers to be able to order and deliver to them. So we have to enable this. Then click on the activate to make it active so that customer can see it on their app. Then you click on save, then you're good to go. So you just created a product called Milk Box. Now, now what the if you look at these options here, you can see there's menu. Okay. Now, based on the image, the image I shown you, so this because we didn't enable subcategory, so this is a menu. Okay, so these are where the products will be grouping. So in our case, if we click, we see there's no menu currently, so we have to create a menu. So you click on menu, new, enter the name of your menu. So we can call it beverages. Now we have a menu called beverages. So now if you go back to the product, you should be able to assign this product as a beverage. So what this means is that on the app, when the customer clicks on the details of the vendor, you will see beverages here, and you see the milk box under the beverages. So you can have multiple menu, and you can also have products assigned to multiple menu. So it all depends on how you want to group or classify them. So to have this, okay, so to have this, all you have to do is, like I stated before, in the vendors, you need to enable add subcategory, then assign categories to it. So now, if you, for example, when I enable ask categories, let me see if so you can see. Now you see if I go to the products, I'm being asked to classify them into subcategories instead of menu. Okay, so which means that now if I click on subcategories, there are no subcategories. Like this needs to be created by the administrator. So if there were categories and subcategories, they will be listed. You select, then you add. Then on the customer app, they will get this screen where they select a category, then the listed subcategories and the product and like that. So the next thing we are going to do is uh, create a group option group. What option group basically means sometimes your product you have different varieties or variants. So in cases like let's say meat or let's say uh, I don't know. So let's say water, bottled water. So there are different sizes. There's the small, there's the big, there's the medium, there's 1 liter, there's 2 liter, 5 liter, depending on how it's being grouped and classified in wherever in the country you live in. So in cases like that, you want to group your product into sizes and sometimes have every size with its own increase in price. So how do you do that? You log in as a manager of the vendor, go to product, select option group, click on the plus sign, fill in the info, and click on save. So what do we do is under the product, we click on option group, click on new. In our case, we are saying we want to create sizes. Now you can notice that below the name there's an option here that says allow customer to select multiple under this option. So this means that you can have the customer select big and small within the same option group. This is mostly useful for people that sell food. So, for example, you have a pizza or pizza, depending on how you pronounce it in the country. You select. So here you can have toppings. You can have this enabled so that customers can be able to select multiple toppings for their particular pizza. For in our case, we are doing size. We don't want them to select multiple. So we'll just disable it and make sure this is active and click on save. Now we need to now put so now we need to create the options. So now we've created the sizes. We need to be able to specify that our product here, milk, should have option of size, and the sizes under it as X or 1 liter or 2 liter or 3 liter. So how do we do that? We go do that by going to options. So you click on options, you click on new. Now you can put whatever name option you want to say. So we can say 1.5 liter. You can select an image or not. You can say 1.5 liter of sweet water. Now you can set the price. So in our case, let's say for 1.5 liter, we want to add extra $5 to the base price. That is the price at which the product is currently being sold. So under the products here, you can select milk. So if there are other products that you want to assign this option to, they will be listed there. So you can just search for them, select them like you have here. They will be listed here. Now the next thing is this particular option that will be assigned to this product needs to be grouped. So in our case, we are grouping this under sizes. Okay. Now make it active. Then click on save. So now on the customer app, when the customer select this our product milk, they'll get an option called sizes. Then under the sizes, they will have 1.5 liter as an option for them to select. So that's how you create the product, the menu, the option groups, and the option itself. So thank you for watching. I think with this video, you should be able to create your regular vendor, either food, grocery, services, even pharmacy. All right. Thank you.